Hi everyone, Rob Wisdom again. I thought it'd be nice to go down memory lane and back to 2016, Action Man's 50th birthday, to revisit the Mercury Mission 10 that I put on to get Action Man into near space. Anyone that's followed that mission that started on Kickstarter will probably realise that Major Tom is still missing, that his capsule broke up in near space, and we found the GoPro camera from the footage of which you can see in the background, but we never found Major Tom. So I've actually got what I term his brother, which is a very, very similar figure. I called him, I think it was Tim, Captain Tim. This is him. The outfit is exactly what Major Tom wore. You can see it's adapted with the Union flag on his sleeve. Also the Mercury 10 decal there. That's kind of upside down orientation because the footage of him in the capsule, as you can see on the screen behind, you can read that on his helmet up the right way. Yeah, Bob Breakin, Palitoy's head designer, chief designer of the time, he helped us launch it, which was great of Bob to come along and to share the joy. He's a great sort, Bob, and he'll do anything for the hobby. So thank you for that, Bob. So yeah, looking at this figure, you can perhaps see there's a little miniature badge there. This guy did actually end up on the One show on BBC. They did a feature allied to his 50th birthday, and I went to the One show studio, and Matt Baker. I chatted with him, and he had some story about they should have done some blue pants for boys so they could look like the blue pants Action Man. So he obviously had an Action Man at the time. So this, yeah, it's just a stranded spacesuit that he had, and I made these little adaptations. There's a little sticker there. On the sleeve was the Union flag, as I said. Again, another decal there. This one, I figured if he ever went into space, I'd put this tag on there. Basically, Commander Tim, that's what I called him. So if he ever went missing, I could relocate him. It was a little bit sad that where he came down, it was a bit of private land, and the landowners, despite how my requests and a little backstory of how everyone was waiting with bated breath to find this guy again, they didn't allow anyone onto their fields, not even one guy, with being very, very considerate to the field. Wouldn't even let one guy, let alone a search party, because a lot of people volunteered, and I thank you for that. Yeah, some of the little merchandise bits which were offered to backers. This is the Mercury 10 patch. You can see we waved lots of colours into that. And then of course there was the dog tag that we minted. Most of those went missing, and they're still probably scattered in the field in blocks of 10 sellotaped together. But the only saving grace was, it's extraordinary, but this here is the actual dog tag that he wore. This is the closest piece to Major Tom that we ever found. This was found by a guy having a lunchtime sandwich in a lay-by very close to where the rest of the bits were found, and he saw this glint of gold and he wondered what it was. And the only thing we can think of is that it landed in the grass beside the road, and they'd mown it recently, and the mower must have hit it because it's got slightly warped and flicked it out into the road, and he was lucky enough to saw it, and he'd seen the wanted posters in the local post office, and he took it there, and they got in contact with me. So lucky to have this one bit. And also here's a bit of one of the bulkheads on the capsule. I mean, this has been into near space as well. Again, we retrieved most of the capsule, the GoPro and the tracker arm. So there was very little that was missing, but it was perhaps the most important part of the mission. It was Major Tom himself. So if I just take you around the capsule was it was the normal space capsule, but we gave it a paint job to look more like the Mercury 10 missions. We very, very generous sponsors we put there. If I just show you those, these are all the sponsors of the mission. They all generously donated money to the mission. And also, it was a time David Bowie had just died, and anyone that knows me knows that I think that hit a lot of us at the same time. And I wanted to make a tribute to him, and obviously his Space Oddity music was ringing around my head when I come up with the mission, and it seemed fitting to dedicate a lot of the terminology to David, because he was kind of a backdrop to our childhoods. His soundtrack played in the background of our lives, so I figured that was really important. So yeah, if you go on YouTube and type in Mercury Mission 10 Action Man, you should find a few films, including what you can see in the background now, the uncut footage of the whole mission. I think he made something like 13 miles high. So if I go a little bit further on this video, you'll see just how high he got. There's the mission where he's gone kaput. But yeah, very, very high, beautiful view of the Earth. But yeah, keep looking. If you can go up to the place where he was last seen, wouldn't it be a fantastic story to bring this guy home? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you enjoyed the 4K footage and a little bit more in-depth detail on Major Tom and the Commander Tim. This one here, I'm pretty sure, knowing me, this guy will go back up into near space, this one, and he'll complete a mission and come back to Earth, so that I've got an action man that's actually done the deed he was designed for. So fingers crossed, keep a lookout for that. I can't promise when that might be, but I just know it will happen. It will happen, and there'll be more advancements in tracking and cinematography, and it'll be an ideal time to send this fella up. So until then, thanks for watching. Let me know what you felt of this video. It's all done in one take, so I've stumbled over my words and what have you, but I make no apologies. This is the way it is, isn't it? So yeah, stay healthy, be lucky, and I'll catch you soon.